Clarissa, and today we're going to do a total body strength program. So for this program, we have our landmine squat. That is a squat that you can use a plie or a sumo squat stance for. We are working strength, so we're working between 8 and 10 repetitions and probably 3 to 4 sets depending on your level of strength and your level of endurance and probably your particular goals as well.
So for our landmine squat, we want to set up in a sumo or a plie stance. Here, I'm more of the plie stance where we are initiating the movement by bending the knees and then dropping straight down. So that's going to target more of the inner thigh. We want to make sure that our toes are pointed out and are pressing through the whole foot. We want to keep our core super tight, and then your arms are going to come around. You're going to lock the lats down and keep them locked down in order to keep the load stable in front of you. Your core is super tight, and that's going to keep your spine neutral as we move through this motion. So we're going to inhale, and then as we come back up, we want to exhale. So inhaling on the way down and exhaling on the way up is going to help ensure that that core stays really, really tight. We want to feel this motion in the hamstrings, in the adductors, and in the glutes. We don't feel it so much in the quads. And if you do, it's more on the outer portion of the quad with the feet turned out to the degree that they're turned out. So pressing through that whole foot, keeping the lats locked down and back to keep that load in front, keeping the core tight to protect the spine.
From there, we'll move to the military press. Military press is another compound movement that is going to work the shoulders, but it's also going to work the biceps, the lats, and your core. With military press, we want to aim for about 3 to 4 sets of anywhere between 4 and 10 repetitions. So that's an exercise where we are really trying to challenge ourselves a little bit, but also really working to progressively increase the load of this exercise over time to help build our shoulders nice and strong.
For our military press, we want to use a barbell. And we want to set up so our feet are under our shoulders, our core is really tight. Grip on the bar is about shoulder width apart. And then we're going to inhale, press the bar up, and then exhale as we lower it back to our chest. So we're keeping the core really tight. We do not want to extend through the lower back. If you have extension, it's in the thoracic spine near the bottom of the shoulder blades. And you're pressing the weight overhead using the muscles of the entire shoulder. So you're working front of the shoulder, middle of the shoulder, back of the shoulder. You're also working a little bit of lats as you stabilize that bar overhead. So we want to ensure that the core stays really super tight, and we're using our breath to protect the spine during this motion. If we're not doing that, there is a tendency to feel this exercise in the lower back or also in the neck. So inhale and then exhale as we press that bar overhead.
After the military press, we want to move on to the assisted pull-up. If you can do a regular pull-up, that's awesome. Do those instead. Using an assisted version of the pull-up is going to allow you to be able to complete more reps with a little less fatigue on the body. So it is another way to encourage progressive overload over time. But if we're already capable of doing a full body pull-up without assistance, we want to make sure that we're using that too, and then just using the band to maybe increase the amount of pull-ups that we're doing so that we can increase our strength over time.
This is the resistance band assisted pull-up. So placing one foot in a looped band, you're going to press down, and then you're going to hook the other ankle over that. And then we're extending the arms long. We're going to contract the scapula to initiate the movement. And then we're contracting the lats down the back side of the rib cage to pull ourselves up. The core is tight and should be engaged the entire movement. You shouldn't feel this a whole lot in your arms. You should feel it behind the armpits and the muscles along the back of the rib cage, the lats. So the resistance band is a piece, it's a tool that we can use to offer us some assistance to make the pull-up a little bit easier. And we implement that on our journey to pull-ups.
And then our last exercise is a TRX row. So again, we're working the back of the shoulders, we're working the core as well. And with the TRX row, we can monitor the load on that based on our foot placement. So with that, we can aim anywhere between like 10 and 20 repetitions. All right, for our TRX row, this is going to work all of our back. And the closer you walk towards the attachment point, the harder the exercise is going to be. If you need the exercise easier, walk out further. So like this would be very easy, and this would be more challenging. For our demonstration purposes, I am going to show you from down here. So we're going to be on our heels, and we want our palms to face in towards each other. And then we are contracting those shoulder blades back and down. So we're engaging the lats right away. And then you're contracting further to pull yourself in. Keep your core really tight. Like we don't want to be bending at the top or the bottom. We want to think about that we're doing a plank in the middle of the air. And then as you lower, you're still using those muscles along the back. So you get extension and then contraction, and extension and contraction. And the only place you really should feel this is the muscles along the back rib cage, the lats, a little bit in your core and a little bit in your biceps. And that is your TRX row. And that's it for our total body exercise today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. You can drop it in the comments. Otherwise, be sure to like and subscribe. Hi, I'm Coach Clarissa. I am the founder of Vegan Fit for Life, and I am so happy to connect with you. I was able to completely transform my life in a positive manner by finding the gym and by changing my nutrition so that I was eating appropriately for my body. And I am very happy and very excited to be able to share that with you. Thanks for joining us.